Hello. Good morning. And I am so glad to see everyone here today. Let me get myself completely situated. There we go. Oh, it has been a wonderful week. I hope you've enjoyed it. So here we are. The idea, insight, our sales secret you need for massive impact is just moments away. It's time for you to get more clients. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Get More Clients. I'm your host, Lynn Whitbeck. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire me to ignite winning sales because most fail to connect, capture, and close their ideal clients. The mission of this show is to share Fortune 500 sales secrets to help you open the vault to your greater business success. Let's begin with the tale of Tanya and Nancy, a lesson in dignity and core values. Nancy had her receptionist routine down to a fine art. She knew the ebb and flow of visitors, could answer phones while directing people to the lobby without breaking a sweat, and had perfected the welcoming smile that instantly put people at ease. It was just another typical day at the office. Sunshine pouring through the glass doors, coffee brewing in the bake room. I can smell it. And Nancy holding down the fort, ready to greet any visitor with kindness and professionalism. The storm begins. But then, as if on cue from some dramatic movie entrance, in screeched Tanya, car tiles screeching like they were she was late for a Fast and Furious audition, parking askew, and a slam of the car door so hard you could practically hear the car groaning. Nancy's head tilted ever so slightly. Well, this could be interesting. Tanya flung the doors open with a force that suggested they had personally wronged her. Without so much as a glance around, she strutted up to Nancy's desk, her face painted with disdain. I'm here to see Bob, she announced, with all the warmth of an iceberg, I should say. Here comes my cough, of course, in the middle of our story. Nancy blinked, keeping her smile intact, of course. Bob Hoskins, you said? Tanya, already exasperated by the mere act of having to provide basic information, spat out. Yes, I have an appointment. Nancy nodded, reaching for the phone. Let me check on that. Feel free to have a seat. There's bottled water in the fridge if you'd like. But Tanya wasn't having it. No, I'll stand, she barked, as though sitting was beneath her. Nancy mentally shrugged, dialing Bob's extension. Voicemail, of course. She politely informed Tanya that Bob would be out soon. What followed was the longest 5 minutes of Nancy's life. As Tanya stood there, tapping her fingers on the counter. Tap, 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 tap. Each tap like a little hammer chipping away at Nancy's patient. A breaking point. 5 minutes felt like 5 hours. And sure enough, Tanya was back at the desk, drumming those nails with a tempo that could make a metronome jealous. Buzz him again, Tanya demanded. He's expecting me. Nancy, ever the professional, dialed Bob once more, only to be greeted by his faithful voicemail. She explained the situation again, but Tanya's patient was wearing thinner than a single strand of spaghetti. Nancy called another colleague, trying to reach someone, anyone, who could save her from the escalating situation. Another voicemail. Meanwhile, Tanya had relocated herself to the sitting area, whacking magazines down on the table with dramatic flair, the kind you'd expect from someone who thinks they're auditioning for a reality TV show. Nancy took a deep breath. Wow, this is a level of rude I didn't know existed, she thought, calming herself with a few centering breaths. She reminded herself that she was better than this nonsense, and no one was going to drag her down into a spiral of negativity. Finally, Bob appeared, like a knight in shining armor, except without the horse, and with an actual smile on his face. Tanya, sensing salvation, transformed before Nancy's very eyes. Gone was the icy, finger-tapping diva, replaced by an almost disturbingly sweet persona. Bob, she gushed, beaming at him, as if they were long-lost friends. Nancy watched the spectacle, her anger quietly bubbling beneath the calm exterior. Really? This is the game we're playing now? Fast forward a few years, and Nancy's career had taken an exciting turn. She had worked her way up the ladder and had earned herself a well-deserved promotion. No more answering phones for her. She was now in charge of making key decisions for the company. And as fate would have it, part of her new responsibilities including selecting vendors and suppliers. Tanya, ever the professional smoozer, I should say, was now on Nancy's radar. Except this time, Tanya's sugary sweet act wasn't enough to win her any points. Nancy remembered the days at the front desk all too well. Sure, Tanya was sweet to Bob, but Nancy had seen the real Tanya, the one who treated people like they were beneath her. Nancy was no longer the receptionist dealing with rudeness. She was now a decision maker. And this time, she wasn't just letting Tanya's behavior slide by. Nancy's new mission. In her new role, Nancy was laser focused on partnering with highly qualified suppliers who shared the core values of the organization: respect, dignity, and professionalism. She wasn't interested in vendors who showed kindness when and only when they were trying to impress the important people. She wanted trusted partners who treated everyone with the same level of respect, whether they were talking to the CEO or the janitor. Nancy carefully researched and found an excellent new supplier who fit the bill. They shared the company's mission of integrity and treated every person in the process with equal care. It wasn't just about business anymore. It was about working with people who embodied the right values. And so the tables turned. Tanya, with all of her faults, sweetness, and dismissive attitude, was no longer part of the picture. Nancy had moved on to better suppliers, ones who treated people well, not just when they thought it mattered, but all the time. The new supplier was a perfect fit for the company, and the partnership thrived. Meanwhile, Tanya, well, her company lost the business, and Nancy's world became a little more pleasant. No more drumming fingers on the desk or fake smiles, just real, honest, and respectful relationships. The new normal was a world where people mattered, and Nancy made sure that those who aligned with the company's core values were the ones who stayed. This is a true story, and it highlights the absurdity of Tanya's behavior and Nancy's quiet, well-earned triumph. So I changed the names to protect the innocent, and it had nothing to do with ice skating. Just a coincidence. Now, last week I shared what's holding you back, leverage affirmations to reach new levels. And today I'll be discussing what is worthy intent and how does it build strong relationships. Building lasting client relationships requires more than just delivering a product or service. It's about a genuine connection, a commitment to serve, and an authentic focus on your client's needs. By the end of today's show, you're going to know how to begin your relationships by demonstrating your worthy intent. Why client thinking is essential to building lasting relationships. And why kindness and positivity are your superpowers for building relationships that stand the test of time. Maya Angelou summed it up perfectly. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Let that be the foundation of your approach, because relationships are built on how you make others feel. We're going to start with worthy intent. At the heart of every strong relationship is worthy intent. This means showing up with a true desire to help, serve, and add value. People are savvy. They can tell when you're being genuine, and they know when you're just trying to sell them something, another notch in their belt. The story about Tanya and Nancy is a powerful reminder. How you treat everyone, regardless of their title, matters. Your relationships with clients, peers, even the receptionist, are part of the larger picture. Everyone plays a role. And if you show up with worthy intent, treating people with respect and genuine interest, you'll build connections that last. Now, why focus on the client's why? Why? Client thinking is essential to building lasting relationships. This goes beyond just knowing your client's business. It's about understanding their why. They're a person and they're the ones making the decision. Why do they need your product or service? What challenges are they facing? What's in it for them? Too often, salespeople, entrepreneurs, business owners, they get caught up talking about features, specifications, and their own expertise without ever asking the client what they really need, without being the detective. Take the car salesperson who rattled off a list of features but never paused to ask how the car would fit into the buyer's life. Right? Been there, done that? The result, a lost sale. The client didn't feel heard or understood. When you shift your focus to the client's perspective, everything changes. Ask open-ended questions and listen. You have 2 ears. Listen, actively listen. What are they looking to achieve? What problem or problems are they trying to solve? By getting to the root of your ideal client's why, you can position your solution in a way that resonates with their needs and not just what you want to sell. Now, this should go without saying, but kindness and positivity are your superpowers. Kindness and positivity are game changers in building client relationships. When you show up with a positive attitude and a genuine willingness to help, you create an environment where trust and loyalty can thrive. Kindness isn't just about being nice. It's about actively listening, being empathetic, and responding with care. When you treat clients with kindness, they feel valued. And that's where the loyalty begins. Take the time to truly understand their needs ask thoughtful questions, and respond with solutions that address their concerns. Positivity is infectious. It can turn challenges into opportunities and setbacks into learning experiences. When things go wrong, and they will, it's your positive attitude that will guide the way to a resolution. How you handle these moments can either deepen your client relationship or break it. At the end of the day, client relationships are about so much more than just closing a sale. They're about building trust, showing up with worthy intent, and being a partner in your client's success. When you focus on their why, treat them with kindness, show up with positivity, and have a plan for handling challenges, you create relationships that stand the test of time. So ask yourself, how are you showing up for your clients today? Are you focusing on their needs and listening to their concerns? Are you prepared to turn setbacks into opportunities? When you approach each interaction with these questions in mind, you'll build relationships that last, not just for the next deal, but for a lifetime. Reject the Tanyas and embrace the Nancys. What was your biggest takeaway from this episode? I would love to hear about it. It's important to love the things and support them. If you loved this episode, a 5-star review really helps keep the show coming to you on a regular basis. Also, if you want to get more sales strategies to grow your business, make sure you subscribe right now. Today, I explored what is worthy intent and how does it build strong relationships. The key is for you to implement these steps to stop wasting your time, energy, and resources. If you want to get results even faster, I invite you to download my sales strategy checklist at petite2queen.com checklist. Next week on Get More Clients, I will be sharing from small spark to raving rapport, how to connect with prospects. This has been Lynn Whitbeck, host of Get More Clients, and I will see you next time.